Oh, you can hear it. Hello online, can you hear us?
We can hear you.
Perfect, okay. Hello everyone, welcome to July meeting of the Mount Fairview Council. It's hot. It's so hot here. Pizza is here. Perfect. Okay, everything's going according to plan this time. It's Friday on time. We got 4 guests. I think the way we're gonna do is we're gonna get through the guests and then we're gonna do like topics and discussion and stuff. We should have time for everything, we hope. Because the opening is going to be DG presenting. You sent me the PowerPoint. So I'll be the host of that. Okay. We grab that, pull it up quick. I can post the agenda online. I'm gonna share the agenda in the chat quick. So everyone has it. Login is ready. Megan, you want to do the BBRI update quick? You're number 2 on the list, but I don't think you're gonna need to like, are you gonna share a PowerPoint or something?
I am.
Okay, is yours ready?
It can be, this is good. I can share my screen. Let me log in, sorry.
Okay, Shaheen, do you have a presentation or you're just gonna say hi?
Just say hi.
Okay, you say hi, you go first.
Yes, I can do that. Good evening, everyone. My name is Shaheen Washington. I'm an organizer with Bill, the Baltimoreans United in Leadership Development. We're a nonprofit 501c3 organization that's existed since 1977. We've been in every single area and aspect of public life. And we teach people how to fight. We teach people how to fight for dignity. And we work with different organizations and institutions to do that. So teach them how to fight and to how to act in public life. We do that through relationships and building up. So that's just a short version. But I'm very happy to be here working in the Mount Clair neighborhood.
Awesome. Does anyone have any questions for Shaheen?
What exactly is
So again, I just gave a quick brief version. Bill has existed since 1977. It's a broad-based organization, and it's an affiliate of the Industrial Areas Foundation, which is created by the late Saul Alinsky. And it's a part of an organizing network across the country of thousands of congregations, institutions, nonprofits, etc. And we really focus on leadership development and the building of power. We build power through relationships, institutions, and build as an organization that consists of 50 different member institutions in and out of Baltimore City, churches, synagogues, mosques, nonprofits. We nonpartisan, multiracial, multicultural, and we all believe in building one Baltimore. So I've had the pleasure of working in Franklin Square neighborhood, just getting introduced through some of the residents to the Mount Clair neighborhood, and just kind of thinking about how we can help build this neighborhood, rebuild this neighborhood.
Awesome stuff. So the first, okay, thank you, thanks for. I've heard great words about what you're doing off the Franklin Square site. Good things ahead. For everyone that's here, pizza is delivered. There's pizza or soda as well. Where's pizza at right now? It's on the back table. There's plates on the table. There's water in the cooler. There's ice in the cooler. Please get food. That's what it's down for. If you haven't gotten the shirt already, there's a box of shirt we got from For Imprint last month. Take a shirt. It's every size from small to XL. And yeah, so who's there? Please help yourselves. I'm going to set up the presentation for you really quick. Let's see if I can get it's not scary. So okay, online, we're going to be seeing the PowerPoint. Can someone online unmute me? We're seeing it, I'm hoping they're seeing us.
Oh, thank you.
We might be having trouble. Yeah. Oh, and hello, Lisa Rawlings. She's online. She is from the Office of Community Civic Engagement. So, I should read yourself in the chat. Take that one. Is anyone online able to verify that the screen share for the future? She said that way. Okay, Tawana, are you in?
We can see it.
Okay, so you can see the PC operator pipeline right now online.
Yes.
Perfect, awesome, you can start this. All right, you're up. Thanks.
Good evening, everybody. My name is Ken Costanzo, Florida Gas Electric Company. Thanks for having me back again this month. Good.
With the PowerPoint and stuff.
With the paragraph, I can come back next month. The first we're not done, we're all ready to go. So we're gonna go through this PowerPoint, it's a quick presentation, what we're doing out here. The project has been underway actually for 2 years. It started February of 2024. The main infrastructure, it was on Henry Street, coming from Fulton Avenue. Going also down, all the way down to Harry Street.
Sorry. All right, here we go.
Okay, so the project team, our contractors were the pipeline, so I'm sure everybody in this area has seen them. Probably for the past 5 or 6 years, we've been working this whole area out on the bridge, Collins Market, Union Square, that one. Now we're not clear. I'm the project manager of the project, our special job in that channel, and we have an outreach coordinator named Olivia Ford. So here's the picture, the footprint of the project. So it starts at Pratt Street, goes all the way down to Ramsey Street, south down to Ramsey Street, and from Monroe Street all the way east, Cherry Street. So it encompasses all that area. So it's a very large project. It was designed almost 8 years ago, 9 years ago. What it's actually doing is it's tying up all the other work in BG's operation pipeline on this west side. A huge amount of work coming from our Leaden Hall Street out. It's been working with the south from Pratt Street and the west. It's all connected in here. That's why this is like a super important job. I'm getting stated for us, for everybody else.
Can you go back that one page? I just want that picture, that's all.
I'll show the PowerPoint. I can send it, it'll be in the minutes.
Sorry.
So. If anyone wants to reference this PowerPoint after the meeting, it will be in the minutes on the website.
Hey, it's just a breakdown of scope. We installed about 12,000 feet of medium pressure gas pipe. Some of that is wrapped steel. That's why it's so long. That's why we get the street, Henry Street dug up so long with some huge excavation. We're taking the low pressure system that's now on, that everybody is on. It's being upgraded to medium pressure. The low pressure system was installed over 100 years ago. Okay, when these track coal down at Leaden Hall Street, they create natural gas. That natural gas comes in from the fields up in Pennsylvania or down from the south of Louisiana, comes up. We got upgraded the system. You have a question, yes, sir?
Yes, are they going to be doing it on the outside, like the argument over the four more where they were showing the gas meter down in the front of the house? Because there's some of the houses that are historic.
It all depends on the person who owns the house,
Okay.
right? 500 services, and we'll retire about 15,000 feet of old gas main. So this is a diagram of how this works. It's probably better to be pulled up off of the off of your minutes later on. It shows basically how it comes into your house. Hook off the gas main to a gas service. You already have an existing service from all houses here have different services. So we'll actually use the existing service if possible. We sleeve it through, insert the plastic gas service into the existing steel. Right? Some of your services might already have copper in them. You put the copper out, then we insert the plastic. The question with the pressure regulators, that was the one question was. So here's a picture regulator, right? There's a picture right there.
And just one more question, that is that going to increase any of the cost for gas?
No,
Okay, good.
no, it's all kind of baked in.
That was important issue.
It's baked in that cake. Dude. Yeah, here's what's the picture of a meter inside of his house? Right, it's an existing low pressure, gas service. You see how the meter is in there, there's no regulator or anything else. Here it is, they put the regulator on the side of the inside of the house. You see the regulator there? Looks like a little saucer up on the left-hand side.
Yep.
Okay, now that regulator, if you put it inside the house, you still have to penetrate the wall of your house. Because that regulator has to go out to the external side of the house, so it can actually expel gas, right? So what it does, it actually changes, the pressure comes in at medium pressure, like about 50 pounds, goes into the regulator, and that reduces it down 2 pounds. From what the meter uses with the house uses.
So when it's service from the outside, does the atmosphere affect the gas from that, from the service rather than having it inside the house? All right.
This is the picture of the if you have it, keep your regulator in, if you want the regulator inside. And sometimes that changes, we can't physically get it in there. We'll talk with the customer. We have a person going around right now, MPL, Jason Smith is his name. He's meeting with each individual homeowner, goes into the home, looks and sees what we can do, how we can make it work. Most of them we can make go, and if you want them in the house, but some of them we can't. It all depends on the depth, right? Depth coming in or the range inside the house.
Said already, but is there advantages to either?
BG would like you to put your regulator outside. They say it's safe to have the regulator and the shut off outside. However, there will be a curb valve in front of the house. Right, it'll shut off the gas and shut off right there.
And that is that most houses, they have 2 bricks, they're common block. I used to do brickwork in the area. So it's only the thickness of 2 bricks in most of the residential places.
Right.
Sure.
BG would like you to put them outside. But there was a court case which you probably saw on the news, and you can choose what you want. And he'll come around, he'll have a form, sign a form, he's mailed out originally, beginning of the year. If you didn't get one, he'll have them, and you decide, if I want it outside, I go outside, if I want it inside, you sign it inside. Right, so here's that one. That is actually the vent that's like going outside of your house. It'll be like a little obstruction, like a piece of trim around it. And that has to be there. That can be painted if you want to paint it. It's made of like an aluminum alloy. But there's a screen on the bottom of that thing. Put your hand on the bottom of your screen. That screen has to stay open. That actually vents out of there. You probably won't hear any venting during the summer months, but in the winter time when it's really cold, that's when you start hearing it. There's another picture of there's 2 more pictures of the regulators. It's a regulator meter.
And it'll fit trash when you put it in the house. That's that.
What?
It'll fit trash when you put it in the house.
Does it look like trash?
It'll fit trashy. Doesn't look nice.
Right, I just said it's trashy. It doesn't look right. You don't like it, you say.
Right, it's nice.
Well,
I mean, is there any, you don't have any, but Dr. Overford, you put in my, you want you have to build, all this pipe coming out that house. Meters,
right. If it's new construction, it has to be outside.
I understand that, but you have to put the big part of it.
You can put a plan in front of it, you can't cover it because it has to vent. You don't want to trap that gas, right?
I got that part.
So if you want to put a plan or something in front of it, you can, but you can't be blocked. It's got to be a minimum of 18 inches off the ground. That's because it's snow, right? If it's
Right.
snow, you don't want to think it's blocked. Snow. The average snowfall is well below.
Why in this venting from the outside?
Why does it vent to the outside? We want to vent the atmosphere. We want to vent the atmosphere and go into the atmosphere just like. It's not gonna be a lot of gas. It's not going to be a huge amount of gas, but it can vent if it's an overload of gas comes in, especially during the cold months, right?
Better have it outside than inside.
Yeah.
But
I understand that, but
either way, it's going to vent the outside either way. It's either going to come out through penetration in the wall,
Right.
have it mounted outside, like in the one picture where it's outside. Am I making a mess of that? Or-
Yeah.
Oh, okay. As we work, we're trying to do some temporary paving. The only issue we have with your street, we just finished all the service. Now we're trying to work with our paving group to get that temporary paved, so we fix that passage from time in. Then when the job's finally completed, or that segment is finally completed, we'll do it permanently. The goal was to get rid of that pit, that was it, which was pretty steel plates, and we were installing gas.
What would be the timeline on the permanent retake of what you're putting today?
Permanent?
What have you done after all the work is done in the neighborhood or like?
Well, I'm working with our engineering group with incremental banding, and good, next, next one.
That's sidewalks. What's the
Sidewalks. Well, let me just go over paving, I'll go into that in a minute. I know I have that on, here's the old slide.
Contact info, this thing, we change. Listen to the end.
No, we'll go way back, I'll go to you. Okay,
That's where we were at.
right, so you see the temporary paving on the left-hand side. It's temporary paving, it's a hot mix. Doesn't last forever, our move the pipeline crews are here, so if somebody has a problem with it. Make a phone call and we'll take care of it. Once we get the project completed, that's what it'll look like. So we replace what we take out, right? So if you take up to the center of the street, you take whatever side that is. If we take curb to curb, we're gonna replace curb to curb. So you'll see some streets will be completely repaved, some will be half or the whole entrance. And the sidewalks, you take your sidewalk out. There'll be temporary patch right now, right? So you can see this temporary patch on the side. Then once we get everything done, the reason for that is just man.
Sorry, it's not the previous slide. You mentioned a number to call if like the paving isn't.
Yeah, there's an email in back.
All right, I want to get, have sidewalks, how many improvements?
Okay, these are the things that you want to question, right? Red tag compliance is once we come into the house. Change of the service, usually an 8-hour operation, right? It'll be scheduled with you at your convenience, Monday through Friday. We try and work weekends as well, and Saturdays, maybe we work Sundays. Once we've done all the work, we have to come back in, our plumbers have to come in and to test the service. They have to test and verify all your appliances are good. Right? One of your appliances fails, it's gonna be tagged out. You can't be operation be turned off. Doesn't mean the service will be turned off, the appliance. People will ask the question, you call all the time, hey, it worked before you came in. A lot of appliances are old, you turn them off, you don't always come back in. A lot of older appliances, like thermocouples, they just fail, that's how they fail.
You can pay for the apartment, that would be a big choice.
Excuse me,
You can pay for the apartment,
that would be the customer's responsibility, it's their problem,
But you pay for it.
We just turn it off, we don't touch the appliance until we turn everything back on. So when we turn everything back on, we have to check it then.
So how do your homeowners insurance ready to some pays?
I had to touch my phone, when we go, I went and it's usually a small thing. Some people applies to leak. Some are failing and come out, they actually are failing. So nobody knew they were failing. We get in there, we get a gas over the house, and I'm sitting. No parking signs, you're seeing them everywhere. We're trying to keep up on them, so they are not everywhere. We can't park. And just get frustrated. We have the problems with Paul. I'll explain to you.
Okay,
With us, we're trying to keep that down as much as possible. The same thing, there's an issue, I know. Whittier's been an issue because it's just a collective, that's all. Traffic flaggers, I know we've got a lot of flaggers in here, a lot of uniforms, and yes, and bear with us. We've had some issues out here with, not saying some residents. That we've been driving through, we've had some incidents, threats against the flaggers, so just trying to do the job. But we're trying our best to keep that going. We schedule things based on your schedule. So we might do a service here today, but we can't do the three services until next week. So instead of being able to come in and do 1, 2, 3 in a row, we're all over the place, trying to get as many as we can. Meter obstruction is probably what we're talking about. Inside the house, you have obstruction to that meter. You're not allowed to have anything obstructing that meter 3 feet from it. Right? Nothing's supposed to be there. There's a gas tariff, you sign off up with PG&E to agree to a tariff. Nobody shows you the tariff, PSC doesn't show it to you, but it is on BG.com. You have to keep that area clear for, it's no different than your electric line. You keep that area clear as well. I mean, we have to go to get it. Same thing, you have an it's called an overbill, you have drywall covering it, that's an overbill. It has to be removed, and that is the customer's issue. We'll work with you. We don't try and knock your wall out. We have to. A lot of times our guys do a lot of things. We find them putting walls and things like that just to try and make it work. But we do what we have to do. We have to actually pull that old service out and insert it. What else we have? Restoration process, as we're talking about restoration, sidewalk restoration, temporary restoration, street restoration, temporary restoration. If it's concrete, it's gonna go back concrete. The only place it's supposed to be brick is if one little street off the way. A public place.
What's gonna happen there?
I'm gonna try for brick back in 1300. 1400 block is so badly damaged. That we talk to the city of Sea and Regions, probably not even do. Actually, part of 1400 block, the place is actually stamped concrete. I'm thinking soup out of that.
Oh yeah, it's a patchwork of this stuff, yeah.
Yeah, so.
Yeah, when would we estimate start time and then finish for this, for this year? Because I heat with gas and that is the essential.
Oh, you will never have, you won't have an out. Unless there's some issue comes up unexpected. There won't be a gas out. We've installed the new gas main, it's been gassed up. We're slowly taking services off the old main, day by day, we just switch them off, take from the old main, we go to the new. Okay, now if you get to a certain point, we get everything, everybody's got to be cleared off, then we abandon the old gas main, not until then. You can help your assistance, supply, everybody knows everything, yes.
I just want to say, like, you know how long, like, the whole project's been going on, like, our road, we've had the end date changed like 3 times this month. But it was like, supposed to be ending like the 15th, and then it was like the 20th, now it's like the 29th. Street that, we're in the block this afternoon.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, we can work on that. There's actually been some other emergencies that's going out there as well. But it's basically what we're doing. Yeah. I mean, the whole project is expected to be completed by December. Okay. Now that means the project's completed. Paving restoration, bond paving restoration is going to be January, February, March, right there, depending on that. But maintenance will still be reaching and everything else. So we'll get that thing. With no parking signs, that's a no brainer. We set up a service, a scheduled service. We get out there and somebody's car's parked right where we work. Then we can't find it to this. Then we have to tell you properly like. That takes time. And then we got to call a tow truck. So instead of taking going 8 hours, going to 5, then we're sitting until 6 o'clock. No.
If you need a local one, there's literally one across the street. A tow truck company.
Oh, yeah, we have to work with them. Well, I already talked about this, smells like you the pipeline, and we contacted Norfolk, we'll send letters out, we've already sent letters out, 2 letters should have gone out. We've had door hangers that go up, he actually knocks some doors, and he might catch them when you're going in and out of your house. Tells them every 10 that's kind of the same schedule to see. The bottom line, if you smell natural gas, you're supposed to get out of your house, don't turn on the light switch, don't do anything, just get out of your house, immediately call BJ and stay at your house. Right? And these are the 2 contacts. It's Operation Pipeline BG.com, that's the email. And there is the website you should go to give you that information.
You'll send me your comments.
Yes, it is.
Just one, how far in advance do you put up the no parking signs?
You have to go up 72 hours in advance.
Okay.
You have to go up 72 hours.
Okay, yeah, there was one that popped up on our street, I feel like it looked like it was a baby for, maybe I just had it.
Well, we have had, and that's been pretty good, but we've had clear them down. You won't put them up, we'll put them down. So what they usually do is they'll take a picture of them like it's supposed to. Absolutely. But I mean, he doesn't immediately call, they don't immediately call tow trucks. Normally they'll knock on the door, say, you know, it's part of the service. And they don't get towed the ticket. Now, when the paving starts, that'll be a different group doing that. They will call the city and try and get the ticket. Normally they try and get it located, but it's not going to affect the city. But our goal is never to have somebody get it on it. It's real. Now, what they just want to go up the street. Any other questions?
Online, you can raise your hand. I can see if you raise your hand now. Here we go. So if anyone has a question online, please raise your hand. So circling back, any guesstimate on when Whittier would get permanently resurfaced?
Yeah, so I'm working with our engineering group now. We're trying to see if we can do, we're calling it right incremental abandonment. So this is broken up into 3 segments, right? Segment 1 is the northern segment of Brad Street down north of McHenry, and south of McHenry is segment 3, and far side of Fulton Avenue, Kent Ave. Monroe Street is segment 2. Trying to do the incremental abandonment, break up this side, this southwest side, get it done so we can pave this permanently, get it done. We cannot pave permanently till we, everything's fully abandoned. Everything's got to be transferred, the old main has to be abandoned, and then we send trucks out, and we have people go out first, then we have trucks go out, and they snip the trucks. They go out for weeks before we can fully pave this, make sure there's no leaks.
So it sounds like you want to do the whole area at once next year.
No, we're gonna do it incremental.
Okay.
So there's, like I said, there's 3 segments, the northern segment, southwestern, southeastern segment, and the western segment.
Let me the whole segment. It's not just Whittier Street by itself.
Correct.
Okay.
If I can't get that done, I've already talked to my boss, and what can you do? I said, well, if we can't get it done, we're just gonna temporarily pave it, so it won't be that different.
Okay.
So now it's starting in 2 weeks, 2 weeks, it's gonna be either temporarily paved, or we'll start repaving. That's what I'm pushing for. So, my goal is that paved temporary.
And then the permanent paving on the eastern segment would be like starting next. I mean, it's when you get the old main shut off, right?
Correct.
Yeah. So you're hoping to get that done by the end of the year.
Yes,
Okay.
that's the goal.
So usually paving is like not in the middle of winter, so I would imagine like starting spring next year.
It all depends on how much we winter. Yeah, sometimes we get winter that we just, that. Like some winters get through an asphalt plant every day, it's below freezing, multiple days they wouldn't have no asphalt.
Okay, awesome.
Right, now there is another project that runs down Ramsey Street. So you'll see BGE crews as well as NPL crews work that. It's not anywhere as invasive as what we're doing here. But they'll be running right down Ramsey Street over and then out on the street. And again, that's part of the decommissioning of the whole gas system.
Okay, and is that like on the same kind of timetable?
Yes.
Around up to
All
all
the same time.
which is very good reason to have the OT here because like, I'll point out that last year we had full and Ramsey on the resurfacing schedule and it never got done. So that's why I kind of wanted to have you both fingers, because like their schedule is get the eastern segment done by the end of the year. You're gonna have a lot of traffic coming you're planning to do. How is the interactive communication here going between the Department of Transportation and DOT on like not, putting in a speed bump and then DOT has to rip the road up, it's not done yet? How are we making sure that's happening?
Yeah, we're gonna.
Are you looking at Kenneth Salt?
Yeah.
Okay, what else you see that?
Yes, so Shayna is the planner for, there's been a federal grant for traffic calming, one of the highest perhaps parts of Baltimore, where like the geographically, like it's one of the few worst.
Yeah,
So-
I have this folks on your team, maybe not, that's it, one. There's been some communication, now I'm getting closer to communication. We'll see that, all that, after the conversation.
All right, okay, awesome. Anyone else, if there's any more questions for BG, say your piece now, raise hands, online, in person, anyone? Yeah,
It's kind of a random / maybe silly thing, but like, and I don't even know if it's PG, but like the spraying the marks on the ground.
Mr. Kelly wants, yes.
Okay, and so maybe I'd reach out to Miss Utilities, that they've been like spraying over these plants we planted and like killing them a bit more each time they do it.
Are they in the grass, or the grass, or they
They're in a
hot on it?
chocolate, they're in a tree pit, so they're like spraying over the tree pit. On their way or.
Well, Miss Utility is a separate entity from BJA,
So contact them.
so they're, I mean, we pay them to mark, NPL pays them to mark, the city pays them to mark. They're responsible, Miss Utility is the clearing house. So what marks are the ones that are going in where your plants are?
They're marking like from the street and then with an arrow to like the little alley. So it's just like crossing the sidewalk, but it's also going over the tree pit where they're.
So Miss Utility marks is a standard, national standard. So yellow is gas, red is electric, blue is water, green is sewage. That's the four basics. So what color can be?
The ones you keep it are red.
Red, okay.
Yeah,
It says can dig all, they paint every time.
Well, if you give me your address, they definitely need that. Okay. I'll call them, tell them what they say. I'll try to.
Okay.
I know that the work that you guys are doing is necessary to improve infrastructure and all that good stuff. However, you guys are coming into our home, this is our home, this is where we live. There's a lot of litter after I leave. I've been picking up banana peels, coffee cups. I mean, there's trash cans all over the neighborhood. I don't understand why they're not being used.
Yeah, we already struggled with a lot of like contractors around Wendell County will drive in here to take up a construction debris and dump it in an alley, and it's like 400 pounds of like construction waste, and we spend a month trying to get rid of it. Like, so.
Additionally, do you have like receptacles for me to use in the bathroom? Like I came to my friend door, there was somebody urinating in front of my door. Like what if it was one of my kids?
Yes, they do.
And then on the topic of like Jose, like Whittier got done, there's been not just Jose, I'm not gonna single you out, but the other neighbors have also like reported they're like as the trucks move around, they've like chipped like some of the sidewalk corners, they've like I think someone lost a headlight, like, and I know there's a like private, yeah, that was your car. Okay. And I know there's a private like restitution process there, they should initiate a DT. That's how it's supposed to do it for this project still?
Yeah, it's an NPL issue, not follow things out.
It took a while. They did it. They filed it as an auto, but it was a liability because of the John Deere tractor trailer. So we finally got it settled today.
Okay, good.
Like two and a half weeks later.
I mean, that's pretty good timeline for getting not going to play about 2 weeks from okay, so last chance on questions. Oh, we have one online, Jeff.
Yes, I would like to double the request that there be put porta potties out there for the workers. Just wanted to add that. Thank you.
All right, there we go. We got more for that one.
We do have a facility.
Okay, cool. I have brought out water bottles and offered them water, and they said they got it. So hopefully, no one's gonna get hydrated in the heat. So we have stated here. I brought you out. Your turn if you would like. You can give us updates.
And I do have your email, 71 Grand City.
Okay. Yeah.
All right, so hi everyone, Shayna Banner, Department of Transportation. I've been here a few times, helps with track of the problem that I'm working on. So I oversee a program called Toward Zero. We are figuring it Fish to Zero. And this is the idea that there should not be any deaths or serious injuries as a result of traffic states. So the work I do is basically look at all the neighborhoods in the city, and then identify neighborhoods that have higher than average traffic. So out there, neighborhoods. 2 years ago, I started a project in this area, out there, Union Square, Carlton Ridge, and Boyd Loop, to do significant traffic calming and corridor redesigns in the most dangerous streets. And so you can walk on it, you can walk around the area. I did a survey on your transportation priorities, meetings, walk through this kind of stuff. And say that so I've been in identifying our speed corridors. And so I've been working with our traffic department to lock down install dates And they told me it is their goal to install the speed humps by the end of this week. So November of this year, and then you and I will work together to make sure that we're coordinated and not installing the speed humps before you guys do your work. So that's how we have the speed humps. I have a flyer packet that shows where those speed humps are gonna go. In this area, it's down, sticker, probably, Ramsey, yeah. And also we are going to look at the traffic circle at Wilkins and out. We're gonna do some stuff there as well. And then some quick building improvements, so the traffic circle improvements, which we starting to flex those crosswalk refreshes that. The other big update is for Pratt Street. We heard from you all in our neighborhoods that are excited about doing a road diet, so that lane reduction coupled with a two-way cycle path. So we are full steam ahead on that. I don't have an install date right now, but just know that it is a very high priority, especially given with the student.
We tried to do also on, we shot a young girl off the street of Monroe last month. So,
Yeah, so I'm hoping that I will have more updates on that soon. Like I said, it's a high priority for the department. Yes.
We put in a 3-1 request almost, I think it was before the pandemic. And we want to put some traffic calming on South Whittier Street right here, because we used to have at one time a lot of children out here. And people run through the street at 55, 60 miles an hour. You know, there's a really small street with parking on both sides.
Yeah, we can call it a SR number.
Great.
and that brings up the one of the main reasons why we both at the same time. One of the requests of the residents of Whittier Street, they can testify this, and Tom also is here, and he owns this building on Whittier Street. They said the residents would like to see the road narrowed and it just turned into a one. Right now, it's technically a two-way, but it's only like 14 feet wide, so two cars can't actually pass properly on this street, but it's not signed for anything else. Additionally, I know this is the eastern side, the sidewalk over here is way wider, and the western side is very narrow. So like people have tried in the past to put 3 trees over there, and then it just doesn't fit, it's not ADA compliant. So the neighbors here asked to widen the sidewalk on the west side and then just convert the road to a one-way. What I'm hoping is that like as VG finishes and the resurfacing happens, that striping could possibly be done at that 25. It's not adding work, it's just saying, okay, just stripe the parking like over 4 feet and then just like strike off like the cross lines, like it's a block off like, until we can find a source of funding to actually add concrete. So yeah, for this street. There's signature petitions, I can send you the signatures for that. There's about 30 people that have them both sign up for this. So like most of like super majority residents, I know that in the past, PFD generally want 75% of property owners. But there's a time here too, like our roads have been bad for decades, like this falls true. And we have this unique opportunity enough with PG having done the gas line work and the resurfacing that's going to have to happen to, you know, get this traffic calming done now rather than have to resurface streets as they are, to continue to deal with the consequence of like one provision over wide lanes, all the complications we have in the neighborhood from it. Like, why not kill proverbial 2 birds, 1 stone here and get it done when the resurfacing happens? It's already going to happen. So hopefully we can work together. In addition, like for example, multiple blocks. There's the Morrisons here, there's Jose, I don't know if Nicole's in the room. But we have a lot, I mean, I'm blanking on your name, you're not Miss Shango, you're your neighbor, Miss Bowers. They all live on McHenry Street, and there's been this ongoing effort from all the blocks on the street to do a petition campaign to, in anticipation of a 311 to the diagonal parking, parking. It would require a one-way conversion of McHenry Street going west, repairing the Pratt Street, but there seems to be like a significant amount of interest in this. So once we have all those things, we'll put it in the 311 and we'll talk about it. And I'm gonna make sure we get this in by the end of the year, before the end of the year. But like, that's another kind of thing that we're hoping to get accomplished here, like with this resurfacing cycle and with the restriping that's going to happen. That, you know, it's a thing that neighbors have asked for and like, there's a storage and parking, there's people driving fast, because the Henry Street is very short, it's only 8 blocks long. Since it's disconnected, like there's not any through traffic, like there is, you get a lot of through traffic, but that's because the road is so wide and you can generally treat it like a 20-foot wide.
What?
Yeah, basically.
So yeah, right now, on this list, I have state or sleep house, but I'm saying for that parking, one version of parking.
Say older than
Speed humps versus any parking for.
honestly, I run speed humps. I
We can do both.
Can we do both?
Yeah.
I don't think you can do both. Well, the thing is, like I'm saying, is that if BG is gonna resurface the street already after we stripe it, is there any way to use that opportunity to get that done without it costing the city for it? Because like diagonal parking is just striping, there's no concrete, no significant, like, you know, asphalt and lines. And then, you know.
Yeah, at this point, I think it's solidify what you guys want. I've done some outreach already that landed on speed humps or something. Speed lots. But if you prefer like strike, back to pump, strike and then instead, that's something you could do, but it seems bad.
All right, so since you know, they're gonna finish by the end of the year, I'll try to do a timeline here that like any block that's interested in something like, we have anyone from Church Street here, so that's another, that's not, the Brass Street bike lane, multiple residents, they receive Anthony Charles, Christian Herbert, they're all, Church Street, they're all getting another bike lane built, just for Brass Street, crazy, I can back the parts of the bike corridor. So they're also gonna, we'll talk more about it, but there's a lot of interest on a lot of blocks, we're going to like do a signature petition and I'll get it all to you about the.
Yeah, if you want something different than what's already been proposed, the proposal and signatures, demonstrates support.
I didn't choose someone as like an and also not an and or for people several, no. Nancy isn't here, but she is every time it's like you need your speed bumps like that. So, but yes, we can have another meeting definitely later on once we do this and we can like chat about it.
Yeah, and you know, this is a specific project with a specific amount of money. Where DOT is not necessarily limited to doing this work. There is a whole other 311 system that speed humps with the traffic on the road. This is just a particular thing. Yes.
So I saw the timeline. So okay. You said survey, but this is saying it used the data, but then you guys talk to people as well? Did you use the data? Did you use the system data and talk to residents or just the system data?
So we did a combination. We did a survey, an online survey, also came to this meeting and feedback there. We also reviewed the crash data. We reviewed one request, we reviewed our applicability data. So a combination of outreach, traffic survey, as I looked out, literally filling out questions and reviewing the parking.
From what you know, so here's my concern, right? Does having a striping done actually slow down traffic?
Yeah, so I would say it kind of depends how you. If you just do striping at one intersection, that's not going to reduce speeding on the whole corridor. If you have multiple intersections in a row, then that reduces 7 to 10. Same thing with speed bumps. One speed bump, two speed bumps is not necessarily going to slow down cars on the entire corridor. And that's why this project is really looking at doing treatments in a sort of systemic way. So multiple corridors, multiple neighborhood blocks, really system-wide.
No, I asked that because people, okay, so Pratt's the one way, it's not necessarily a half situation. But McHenry Street is like a cousin of Pratt Street, whereas people fly through there like it's a main road, right? So my thought is really, if it's doing just one way, gonna actually deter the 50 miles an hour down.
Well, so we have our corridor on Pratt Street and then the speed bumps on the standard. So.
No, I know, so the other conversation was getting striping.
Oh, yeah, they can do a corridor wide, sure.
Okay.
Yeah, there's a lot of traffic calming benefits and equal parking. And also, we where we essentially create furniture in the roadways, that way people can't just like speed.
Oh, like on Lombard?
Kind of, Lombard has like a circle, right?
Yes.
It's just one section, this would be like, or throughout the whole length.
So then you take
Is Hilton a good example of that up in the Northwest? I know they have maybe some poles.
I'm honestly not familiar. I don't really, I think the only version is we have something more.
I got a question when it comes to speed bumps, I had a friend of mine, she had speed bumps in her neighborhood and, every car that went by there had trouble with their car in the bottom of their car. And I'm wondering, are you gonna make sure the company does it, is doing it properly?
So when that happens to the bottom of the car, that means the car is going too fast, so it's, you know.
You know, I'm talking about you, I mean, that's been the neighbor, you know, that, you know, that goes like that.
Yeah, there has to be signage that says, well, this is the appropriate speed for the speed, not to go faster.
Yeah, but I was told that that speed bump was made improperly and it still had not been fixed.
Yeah, I'm not familiar with that.
I believe you're saying that putting in compliance speed bumps is not fair.
Okay.
Doing a lot of good diligence here. A lot of them are really old, so like, I wouldn't be surprised if a really old speed bump was done.
We're also gonna be doing, the items that we're gonna do here are bike friendly and emergency gear. So we have cutouts for bike and for ambulance or bus to easily pass through us and help.
I was just, so what you were saying about like, does it actually work to slow down? Just by my observation, I noticed the cars that are really flying aren't driving like right next to cars, they're like taking over the street basically. And so I think the parking would bring the risk of getting cars tighter and that would help reduce. So.
And it would also be converting McHenry to a westbound one-way, so like it would be starting at Third Street going to Fulton Avenue for one-way, so like a lot of our speeding on McHenry is because people are flying down from Route 1, going east. But once you turn off McHenry on McHenry and then you go, it's like 4 blocks worth of street before it hit Fulton. Hopefully people aren't going too much. I mean, you can also, so I guess that's the other question is that can this also include like in the resource they include striping for like daylight, intersection daylighting too?
We're doing that on track.
Yeah.
We have a few other.
I think at the roundabout.
The roundabout for Baltimore, Frederick and Lassie, up there, basically. We don't have the current plan for anywhere else. Something we potentially could explore, operate with the design budget and.
Yeah, and bringing you here wasn't like, oh, or Vision Zero to do all this work and it's over and go over the budget. It's you're on that contract with you talk about this kind of stuff. We're planning to do in line with the
Yeah, I mean, so particularly for corridors that are on this list, speaking of corridors, if you're interested in doing something else, meaning for parking, then let me know and.
Okay, awesome.
Yes.
Yeah. State parks have been hit 6, 7, 8 times within the last 2 years. And there's poles and they'll knock the damn poles over. And is there ever gonna be a speed bump on Mount going south where it meets prep?
Yeah,
Because, you know,
yeah, so that's a benefit.
I didn't see over on Cliff, that's why I'm there.
Students are then from now. From the bottom.
When you think,
Yeah, students are then from Mount, which is the third on from the bottom of the list on here.
okay.
So are these like, you say speed bumps, are they gonna be the more wider speed bumps, or are they gonna be like a real narrow speed?
They're the bike friendly ones, yeah, so they'll have like a cutout for bikes and pass through or.
Will they be more like the speed table type things, or?
Yes.
Okay, anyone else for DOT, online or in person? Okay, very cool. We've got 10 minutes on the clock. So Blackfield Institute, got a presentation for a grant that you want to apply for.
Yes. Greetings, everybody. Eric Jackson. I work with Blackfield Institute. We are working with Southwest Partnership to they're doing like a application to the Baltimore Regional Neighborhood Initiative or Bernie to do some infrastructure grant or infrastructure projects, housing, things of that nature. I had a conversation with Tony Scott, the executive director of Southwest Partnership, and just shared what our work, what our organization is doing, and talked about our project next door. And it's both Ramsey and Calhoun 409 as the address. And he said that it fit for what you're trying to do. And so we are requesting through that process $200,000 to finish building out the space there. And so my ask, or the ask of me was just to share what we are doing, field any questions that folks may have broadly or about the project itself, and move forward with whether you all decide that what do you call it? Letter of support is something that the council wants to do. So generally speaking, we have been working since the top of 2022 on this building project, working on, it's not traditionally a building project, but we have both agricultural activity that we're working on to build boxes because we can't grow directly in soil. Largely to grow right now to grow herbs for making tinctures or like urban medicine, and for growing, crops that we're all familiar with, cucumbers, eggplant, things like that, that we sell at the market in addition to what we've already purchased from local farmers and food stores. In addition to that, though, we have a vision of building on the lower half, actually on the Ramsey Street side of the property, either using shipping containers or lumber, a space where we can do our market a few times a week. But then also when we're not using it for that, to have community events and things of that nature. So the reason that it's taken us so long, just in case that's one of the questions, is that we just keep running out of money. It's not, a very cheap process. And also, we work with the city, which has been great. And at the same time, we're not talking about building a foundation. It's not a traditional building in that same way. We've had to do some infrastructure stuff so far, putting in pipes for water, to access water to water our plants, which fingers crossed, we should be able to do that in the next couple of months. We haven't been able to do that yet, unfortunately. For electrical and things of that nature. But this $200,000 that we're asking for will actually help us finish some of the infrastructure stuff on the agriculture side, help us build the actual structure for the retail and community engagement part of the project, if you will. So that is, broadly speaking, what we're attempting to do to finish this project, fingers crossed. And if it's not through this grant opportunity, we'll look at others. Just to finish so we can officially open up and where it's safe enough for people to be there regularly. At this time, it's just like we don't have the kind of infrastructure that we want. So, people can be there. We have events there. It's not ideal with walkways and things of that nature. So with that, our hope, fingers crossed, that if we are able to apply for this grant with some partnership, that we can be able to. So I'll pause there to see if there's any question, points of clarity, or anything. Yes, we go.
Or
About that farm, or not.
I just don't want to leave it here.
So what does he do to help you? Everything
Thank
you do. As a community to help you, the signatures or what we should do.
So yeah, a couple of things. I mean, one of the things I'm talking about now to see if folks are okay, if it's something that folks want to support with that would give the, I guess, I don't say authority, but give the okay to the board to write a letter of support. But that's the most immediate thing. Outside of that, it's just a matter of making sure that, and we can talk about this another time. We're looking to include, in addition to running the way that we've been doing, to also move into delivery to make it a little more convenient. We got to finish the project before we do that. In the meantime, just come to the events and things of that nature. But again, fingers crossed, if we're able to finish it, we should be able to actually have more of a permanent market rather than the kind of pop-up style that we were doing, which is good. But it's not ideal for us because we can't have refrigeration of it. There's some limitations there. Yes, ma'am.
What's sweet y'all doing?
So we have the space, it's between Calhoun and Ramsey. So when you come out, you see the fenced area, that's where the farm is, right across the way.
Great.
So Calhoun and Ramsey.
Let's go right now, back over there.
You walk outside and see.
They don't feed.
Yeah.
Yes, ma'am.
No, it's like, I thought it was the same place.
Yeah, when I was talking to Sonny, that, yes, it's the same place, yeah. So we're just trying to finish the project, same location, we're not expanding or anything. Just wanted to, finish the project. Like I said, the vision is to have agriculture on one side, on the other side for us to do programming, side for us to, run the markets in the proper way that we want to do that. But that's what this specific grant opportunity is for.
And there's very cool designs in the present, in the like, info packet, telling you inside.
Okay, yes, I had sent like 3 different things. And there's some cool design stuff there.
Can I put that packet in our minutes and share it?
Yeah, absolutely, yeah.
It's gonna be an info packet on this in our minutes.
Yep.
And then Tawana, raise your hand online.
Hi, I appreciate this effort that you're making. I'm just wondering, I know it's non-traditional, but how sort of shovel ready the project is? Like you have a development team ready to go should the funds be available for this particular project?
Yes, so we have the part of the packet that Melanie will put in the minutes shows some design work we've gotten to the place of design. Once, obviously design is one thing, but actually getting architectural designs are the next thing, which is the next phase for us, and the permits that we need, which is a complicated thing because again, we're not building traditional stuff. So we're working with the city to try to figure that out. Some places it's been a little easier and other places it hasn't. But if everything is well, then we get the architectural design, which we're working with Neighborhood Design Center to work through that, potentially with in-kind, some support. And then we'll have to find a contractor to actually do the work. And I would say, because of that question of how folks can help, we want this to be a participatory process. And so we'll have a, kind of a contractor to help us, but then there will be parts of the work that we'll invite members of the community broadly to be a part of building what we're doing. So that we can, have that as a part of it. Intentionally, we want to do that, but also we try to save money and stuff. So we're going to be rolling our sleeves up. But yes, that's our so we're very shovel ready. We're just going to the next stage, and this grant will help us move into the. I hope that answers you.
Just one question I had, and I'm not going to say that I was concerned about the space of the non-traditional type of facility going up within the neighborhood. And if that's, if you have an understanding of how you were actually obtaining the thoughts of the neighbors who are most impacted by this non-traditional type of facility going up next to it. How you're actually obtaining that help with those people.
Yeah, so in June of 2025, we had a series of gatherings at the farm space with 3 design concepts that will be in the minutes. People gave feedback. We went through a process where folks gave live feedback and then also, like electronic could give, feedback. That's what we've done at that stage. In the next phase, when we move into architectural design, if it doesn't make sense to move forward with that, then we would actually have to move forward with some, another set of, conceptual designs.
They don't
We're
have
gonna do the same
planning
thing.
directs, and,
Say that again?
planning directs.
Sure.
In the design phase.
Sure.
Yeah, we plan on having one of those, which includes, the neighborhood, the neighbors, and contributing to that.
So that's what I'm saying. In June of 2024, we already did that. Yeah.
Okay.
Are you asking me, are we doing it
I
again?
would do it again, we need only.
If that's the request, yeah, absolutely we can. But that's for what you're asking me. Yes, we did that.
Okay, you got a use plan, and now you're gonna have to put some reactions going, right?
Yes, architectural design. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, so what's the approval process for the neighborhood?
The same exact process.
Same thing.
The same exact process, unless we work with the team here to be able to do a combination of having something indoors and outdoors. If coming to the farm site. Yeah, I know. Yeah. If so, what I'm saying is if it makes sense to work together to actually do it here instead of at the farm. Either way, the point is we want and it's always been actually from the time that we've got the AOK to come into the neighborhood to be participatory. And so we don't intend to move away from that precedent that we've set. Yeah, but I can't give you a timeline though, because we're not there.
All right, any more questions for Black Hill?
Yeah.
Yeah.
How do we find out about these events? Like, what's the communication channel to pay attention to?
Events that were happening. Lewis is on board, who's here every month, for the most part, who's sharing these things. In addition to that, if folks are not able to make it, social media, and if folks are interested, we can add it to our mailing list and share the things that happen.
And that's like the overall Black Hill event?
Yes. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I think I was on that for a while, but a lot of it was a lot broader and I felt like the same. Our specific.
Yeah, and we don't have like a specific subset for this particular project. If that's something that you are interested in, what we can do, like I said, it looks like the project specific updates. We would probably largely locate them here. We don't have a big communication department. We got one person, and so in fact, we have a very small team. It's a team of 7, and one communication person who sends out things broadly. So if folks are not interested in the broader news of what's happening in the other neighborhoods that we're working in and across like our other initiative areas, here is probably the best way to do that. And Lewis, who's out of the country right now, couldn't be here. So I'll likely be here at the next meeting as well. And then just share what happened and we make sure that folks get regular updates and the site specific stuff.
And then if you figure post office function events and on our website, we have it on the events calendar. So okay. Yeah. And it'll be in our newsletter.
And we've had stuff in the newsletter.
Yeah.
Up to date, like today. We do have stuff.
So you have the newsletter for today.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah. Okay. So we need to do a vote on the letter for them. A reminder
Was there
that
another question? I thought
is there a question online?
Or maybe it was a comment. I thought I heard like the notification. Maybe not.
I don't see any hands up. We do need a vote on this, so a reminder that eligible voters are people that just attended 3 meetings from the last year. It's not, there's no duty requirement. So if you support the letter for Black Hill to apply for the grant, please raise your hand. Elaine? You're an eligible, okay, 6, and then anyone opposed? And then anyone abstaining? Elaine abstaining, okay, that passes, perfect.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And I have that letter prepared, so I'll send it to you. But the deadline, a few days tonight, so we're getting, we're not doing anything on this fun seat of our hands. What's up?
add one thing. I will work BYI too. I'm Jasmine. Nice to meet y'all. Thank y'all for having me. It's my first time coming. It's very nice. Y'all are really cool. It's been very enjoyable and informative. Just for the people who are curious, we do have a farming session that's happening August 15th. So right across the street. So if you want to come volunteer, get your hands in some dirt, see what the farm looks like, you're more than welcome. If you want the link, I have it. So we can see you that. August 15th.
With that, we also have a Montclair Farm over at South Calhoun and McHenry, and we'd love to get some feedback on what we can do to better our space. But I don't know what I'm doing, but I'm not going to do that.
We're also having a dumpster day at the farm
On the 15th.
More, I mean, we should just talk.
All right.
About how we.
I said I thought a black people person.
All right, so we got that one taken care of. Megan, it is past 7. Like, would you be okay if we pick the BDR application next meeting?
Say it one more time.
Could we pick the BDR app at the next meeting? You're welcome to present now, or if we do it next time, we can come
Just one quick update then.
Okay,
We'll
good.
go through the whole presentation.
Yeah.
We did acquire 324 South Wooddeer, just across the street. We are waiting for a second set of designs so that we can actually also include a bump out, and that'll make the kitchen bigger and then the primary bedroom a lot bigger. And we've added 322 to the city's acquisition application so that we can then purchase it from the city with the BVRI funding. So hopefully we'll get those two.
Are you trying to read on?
No, 324 we bought and 3 South Woodshire. And then 322 is on the list so that we'll be able to acquire it from the city. So
And then there's only one vacant on this street left. So
I'm excited.
we will have no vacancies on Woodward by next year if the city can get back together on that.
Yeah. And we're still working on garage facelifts, string lights, and I think that's it for right now. But yeah, so I will send Melanie the photos of our Schroeder Street house, our first BVRI a home that should be on the market by the end of August. So I'll provide the photos, and it's at 109 South Schroeder Street. It'll go on the market for 2 to 215, but with all the home buying incentives, it'll come down to 160. And it's a 2-bedroom, 1.5 with a side lot and a beautifully blooming crepe myrtle tree, plus a parking path in the back with a beautiful line mural, and then another mural is going to be right across the street. So it's a really cool little house.
Question, are these items gonna be like for rent or are they gonna be some?
Right now, they're going to be for yeah. But it is on the list to continue with those discussions and to find what source of funding for rentals in the future.
All right, before Mia sneaks out of the room, I know we're over time right now. We got like 3 items up on the menu. One of them is set. Mia, would you like to continue your request to join the board? Okay, so I think we have a quorum of the board. We have 1, 2, 3, 4. Joanna is online, that's 5. So we have 5 out of 7 on the board right now. So we also really need 4 votes. So this will be an amendment to the bylaws to add Mia Morrison to the board of directors of the Mount Vernon Community Council. This was discussed announced last week. And this is just gonna be a vote from the board. The board is here. Actually, no, do we need is this a membership? This is a membership vote, not the board vote. Okay, we do need a membership vote. Everyone's gonna be voting on this one. So if you'd like me to join the board, please raise your hand. 3, 4, 5.
This is everyone can vote, not just board.
Yeah, everyone in the association can vote. This is not just the board.
For anybody?
Yeah, you I mean, as long as you attend the 3 meetings, you can live with
I
Okay, that's 7. All right, I guess the important question is anyone against or joining the board? And is anyone abstaining? Okay, congratulations, you're on the board. Now that she is on the board, our next vote is to move away from Rosedale Bank and use Capital One instead. We discussed this on the board mailing list, you're fresh on this, you haven't seen this conversation, but Rosedale does a lot of issues with Rosedale, including we can't use Zelle with them because of nonsense reasons. And we've also had issues with credit with cards, and they're also things we need to get to. We have a Capital One across the street. So this is for a board member vote. Not even on the board. So over here. Board members are here, including me now. Who is for changing banks to Capital One? Or is Tom? Where's Tom at? We have Tom here. Okay, we have 4 votes. That is Juan. You raising your hand for that?
I sure am.
Okay, got it. All right, 4, and then there seems to be no against. I'll have a Tom for abstain. But we have majority, so there we go. Okay, we're switching banks and hopefully it's getting more money needs to be. Thank you. Okay. We have one more grant request that came in literally an hour ago. This is from the Present Carroll Park. They're applying for casino local impact funding. This is something we cannot qualify for, so it's not competitive with our neighborhood. But they want to hire a full-time staff person, expand storing opportunities for low-cost youth, improve park facilities, maintenance, and support basic facilities with this grant. Casino local impact fund. So all the neighborhoods directly around the Horseshoe Casino get a special grant they can apply for from them. But we are not in the impact fund for the casinos, so we cannot get that. But they're asking for a letter of support from us anyway. President Carroll Park is down there trying to make Carroll Park better for next year. So even if you can't get there quite as easily as we would. Okay, everyone here, eligible voter, raise your hand if you're for giving them a letter of support. 1, 2, 3, 4. Online can also vote. Online's also voting. If you raise your hand right now, I'll count you. Yes.
Oh, yeah.
5, 6. Okay. 6. Anyone against? If you want to elaborate, please let me know. Okay, I don't think we have anything against that one. And I think that was all the votes. All the votes. Okay, we did all the voting. Where is our agenda? I want to make sure we're on time. We did all the presenters talk. Dog waste stations. We have 4 on the tab. We discussed this online a little bit. We have a request for one on the 600 block of Pole Street, one for the 600 block of Henry Street. That leaves 2 left. Does anyone want a dog waste station on your block? I'd like to get you down on the 15th of this month. Okay.
Well, I think Ryan was saying if we the farm or the park, Ramsey Park.
What was that?
Ramsey Park, is that where one was supposed to go?
McHenry Farm, yes. You're supposed to go at the park farm.
Okay, yeah, that's what I thought.
The one on the corner of Calhoun and McHenry, not at Tracy Atkins. That's the city on park.
Okay, and the McHenry Farm.
Yeah. Okay, one at the farm, and is there any other request for the last one? Otherwise, I think we're going to stick it at the corner of Pratt and Gilmore, because there's another park there. All right, online, anyone have any opinions on that? Okay. Going once, twice sold. Okay, dog stations are allocated. Next item, the striped container. We had a really long presentation from the health department last time. They asked us to pick sites of where we would like to have the striped container go. We got a bunch of Okay, well, we got a bunch of locations offered us last time. I want to get any new ones. The Roundabout War Memorial, the Tracy Atkins Park, the McHenry Farm, the Plaza for Matrix, the corner of Vincent and McHenry. One of the 2 parklets at either Pratt and Gilmore or Pratt and Strickland Street on Pratt Street. Is there another site you should be considering for this? Besides those 7. Okay. And no online raising a hand. What of those 7 sites would we prefer? Which one do you like the most? Elizabeth.
I like the farm.
Okay. What does everyone else say? Does everyone else support the farm as the site to request a shark container for?
Yes.
Okay. Hands up for shark container at the farm.
Oh, sure.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. All right, we got 7 hands. Does anyone want to put it anywhere else? 8, 9. We got 9 online. 10 online. Okay, 10 online, and then if you wanted to go anywhere else, please say your piece now.
How many can we get?
We're trying for 1 right now, but you know, if you want me to add additional sites off that list to this request, please.
Or Memorial.
Or Memorial.
Oh, yes. Yeah.
Any of the other 7 that we should include as like backup locations, like please farm first, everywhere else if you can. Because my understanding, the health department said they only have like 7 throughout the whole city, so that's, we could use 2, but a lot of other neighborhoods I'm sure could also use 2, so, yeah.
Cool.
I'm hoping we get as many as we can, but if we get 1, that's a big win. All right.
Where is that, what's the center of our territory?
What was that?
What's the center of our territory?
Gilmore and McHenry. It's like the intersection second middle. Well, it's actually the block that is bounded by Gilmore, McHenry, Fricker, Ramsey. That block in the middle there. So that's the middle of Mount Clair, but you know, the farm is pretty close to that. And it also wouldn't have coverage in the Union Square and Collins Square. Okay, so we have what other announcements are there? There is a Love Your Block grant open through August 7th for up to $1,500 for your block. We have 4 blocks currently doing petitions for spring lights. We also have a block doing some beautification on the corner farm, or the corner park, but at Pratt and Gilmore Street. I think Jose, you're doing one. Okay, Jose already put one in. If you have it, if you didn't know about it, it will be in the minutes to a link to the. It's in the agenda and there's a link in the minutes. If you need help with this application, please email us. It can be for basically any outdoor public beautification project on your block. It's like I said, the popular one right now is string lights. Because thank you, Southwest Partnership, for all the string lights. I'm very happy with them. Now everyone wants them. So they're going to get their own block.
No, and I want to thank you guys for your patience, because that was a lot of outreach and a lot of work to get it done, but you gotta make it happen.
Thank you, Megan. What?
The area block is basically totally dark. And it's, my name is street,
You mean 1600
yeah, that not 1600 block, it's a street of, a parallel, but,
Vincent now, Bruce.
Gilmore?
yeah, it's not Gilmore, it's,
There it was Mount.
not Andy, it's the one. It's really close nearby that.
Wilkins? Mount?
No, not.
I mean, you're next to Mount Vincent and you're on McHenry.
It's not Vincent, it's,
Does it go the same way as McHenry?
yeah, it's,
Okay, so Mount, or then Fulton.
I'll have to find out, but it's totally dark in that.
Oh,
You see the church. Look into the church is that?
Yeah, that's on Vincent Street.
That's Vincent Street,
Yeah.
it's totally dark on that street.
Yeah,
Oh, the churches.
Maggie, Steve is trying to put lights on Vincent Street, was also trying to do that, and the city doesn't want you to have crisscross lights across the street, which would be kind of the way you have to do it on those narrow streets.
So,
Yeah.
yeah, so the sidewalks are extremely narrow, and, no, they're no longer permitting lights to go across the street. But what does help is porch lights on the existing buildings, that they're usually like cylindrical, but they point outwards towards the sidewalk and street. And then on the bottom, it goes out even further, so it hits the actual street as well. And then it also lights up the building up above.
Is there any?
So those are-
There's houses.
Wait, are you talking about McHenry? Because Vincent Street on both sides have lights. So the church and then also.
On that, on the really, Wilkins and,
Oh, so like 400 block of.
that some area, with the church that right here, that one street is.
So the 400 block.
bar.
Okay, the 400 block, that's different.
So yeah,
But it's like.
yeah, so if you're unable with many of these grants, if string lights are not an option for whatever reason, they do usually cover like different kind of porch lights or light fixtures. So whoever on that block wants to light it up, just have them contact, because I know the Southwest Partnership is closing out our string light program in the next couple months. But like Melanie mentioned, you all have other funding, so that.
I love your block and do porch lights for houses. If the neighbors won't have for it. Okay, awesome. Actually, other grant news quick, $10,000 to DT. The DPR DP left that. They gave us a grant for more alligators. The targets for these gates are gonna be the Nancy's block of Gilmore Street, Chrissy's block of Stricker Street, and Continer's block of Full Street. We're gonna be getting quotes from the installers soon, have all the measurements done, so, you know, and they're getting all the paperwork to do the petitions for those. We got two signatures.
On Mackenzie and this is a block, there's a gate. Do you think that you get the alley is the lot, you have that lot?
600 block of McHenry?
Yeah.
Oh, you mean behind your house? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we just got those installed. We just got the launch switch. So when you want, you let me know. We about to do all. Yeah, you just got they put it in with door handles and they didn't close right and they just popped open, but we got them replaced with devils. Now we have new locks and we got keys rooms, so nothing only when you're dropped off.
Are we gonna have other ones around the areas?
Yeah, the whole block is amazing. No,
Those are woody.
No, they're all metal now, except for the one behind Clay Box. That one's too narrow for metal. So those blocks are getting allocated. There's two more signatures on the 300 block of Mount Street, and I sent out mail to all the property owners last month, and I'm hoping to get those back any day now. I'll send another one if I don't hear from them because we're very close on that one, and I'm sure Whittier Street is getting pretty close too.
We have 15 out of 32 or 33 that are required, but Jose just let me know, we've got another like 6 or 8 of them that are coming in, so.
Okay, well, hopefully.
Slowly but surely.
We'll be crossing that finish line on that street very quickly, one way or another. What else? So, upcoming events,
National Night Out.
well, first, August 3rd, next Monday, is going to be a public engagement event for the Mount Clair Junction Redevelopment Board. This is the only way we're gonna get. Carlisle is very interested. I'm not doing community engagement on this. They're not gonna come to any of our meetings. And so if you want to have an opinion on this, please come. It's the Old Foot Locker at the northwest corner of the parking lot. It is next Monday. It is slated for, I believe, 7 p.m. It is at 7 p.m. They're supposed to be giving us an online option. We do not have a link for that yet. I am not counting on them having it ready. So if you need transportation, please let us know. We'll get you there. If you need to get turnout for this, come out, speak to these. They'll show you the design. It's going to be in our minutes. I've shared it on the newsletter. If anyone has any, while people are here, if there's anything you want to collectively push them for, my whole thing has been they should not keep this slip light, the T intersection with the light they have right now. They should continue McHenry Street right through the whole junction to Arlington Avenue. So connect the neighborhood into the junction, because right now, if you want to get into the junction, you gotta go walk up past garages and then cross at a light at a T intersection, and you're not supposed to cross at McHenry or Ramsey Street because that's not a pedestrian crossing at all. There's not even a stop sign. So that's my big push, but I would love to hear if anyone else has anything else they want to see happen at the junction, that we can all go together and push them on, because more ways to amplify each other.
That's hard to process. One day I got hit.
Thank you. Why can you come next Monday? And
Yeah, I will tell them. I will.
So Shayna, I don't want to put this on you again, but a big part of this is trying to help get support from DOT on this project to push the developer. If you're doing a full site redevelopment, I don't know if you've heard about the project at all. So the Mount Clair Junction, that big shopping center across the street this way, that the owner is Carlisle, and they're doing a new PUD. They went it's the 10th district, it's police reporter. They're planning an entire site rebuild except for the group. They want to tear the whole thing down, put in apartment mixed use apartment buildings. But part of the problem is that they are not, and they want to connect Open Avenue and through Front Hall because they want more traffic on the Hall Market. They want to improve connectivity Arlington Avenue because they want more traffic from Pigtown, but they don't really care about us because demographics and income levels. So we really need to help the DOC on this one too, because Perry Street out here, it's not well designed as it is. It's a very mishmash of not good decisions. So
This is trying to get approved by DOT as the biggest one.
Excellent. I'm just trying to make sure you're looking on this, because I don't want you all to get sidelined.
Not personally, but
yeah, I talked to James about it. I keep including him on those So yeah, we need to go help on this one because it's an equity issue that they're trying to do this without changing the configuration of Perry Street. Reducing accessibility for this neighborhood makes them feel better about it. But equity say we should have a good, clean safe access to the junction, that your numbers on that municipality go down. Okay, so that's the junction on the third, that's another on the fourth.
On fourth,
Are we all ready on that? What's missing?
I think we got everything.
Okay, perfect. We're getting a bouncy castle.
Yes.
We're getting a bouncy castle for every kids. And I took out, it's at 4 p.m. Go see everyone there. If you haven't gotten a shirt already, get a shirt on your way out. And please wear a shirt that day so we have a good photo op.
Right.
Did you, sorry, I might have zoned out for a second. Did you highlight or did you mention the tax credit workshop?
That is next. That is on 13th.
Okay, cool. Yeah.
The
Both renter and homeowners.
Yeah, renters and homeowners tax credit workshop at South Partnership instead of the housing committee meeting. It starts at I think 6:30.
Correct, 6:30 to 8:30,
Yeah.
and it's drop-in style. It's not a presentation. There's gonna be tax consultants available to walk you through the permit, but also Economic Action Maryland is gonna be there for, I think, landlord and rental rights and programs they have for renters specifically.
What day is this?
13th of
August
August.
13th,
The 13th West Baltimore Street.
17, 13, 17.
Or 13th, I mean, it's the same building, right? Or did they split off 13th?
We also own 1313, but 1317 is the off the top.
Oh yeah, that's the one you split the parcel out, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, 1317. And then we have bingo on 8:15 first. I didn't even have it on here. 8:15 is the next dump day. We're gonna have stuff swap day that day. So bring anything you no stuff for money on this one, but bring anything you don't want to the farm on that Saturday. And you can take stuff or give stuff, and we'll have it going on through 1 o'clock in the afternoon that day. So anything you have lying around the house you don't want, but you think someone might, please bring it out that day. And if you don't have anything that you want to give away, still come out. You might find some hidden gems to take home with you. And then that's also the dumpster. So bring the trash, but don't try to give that one. But that's the dumpster. Okay.
When we said a little bit bigger.
Exactly. And then 9/11 is Nancy's next bingo night. She's not here to announce it, but I'll plug it. That she'll be here. We'll be at 6. It's a wine theme. You know, Nancy loved her bingo, and I hope we get a good turnout again for that one.
On 9/11.
On 9/11, yeah.
It's 20th anniversary.
Oh,
Yeah.
Oh no.
Do you like doing it on Friday? And that's the Friday you pick. Okay, so we're well over time on Tom here. But they don't have anything else they want to mention. Oh, you're back. BG, thank you for the grant for the it's not your department, but we got the safety grant, and we're gonna be putting in new alligates, cutting down on the dumping. So they've been already here where we got them, and you're along with the town this morning. So anyone have anything else to add, online or in person? So once, twice, sold. All right, thank you for coming out. Oh, we got a hand in back. What up?
Did you move on and changing the thing from?
Yes, you weren't here, you left, but everyone else voted yes, so we gotta show the back question. We're changing today. All right, thank you everyone. Have a great evening. Thank you.